Part two of the baby mama issue that I was talking about yesterday, part two. I just wanted to come back on here and follow up on that because I remember I dropped one. It was yesterday I dropped one. I was talking about how baby fathers should really be careful on backdooring and going backwards and messing with their baby mamas after they've already went their own separate ways and parted their own separate ways. They live in separate lives now. They're not together anymore. And I think that's real important because it's going to cause a lot of friction. And then, you got some guys that got multiple baby mamas and they sleeping with each and every one of those baby mamas. And in the process of them doing all that, in the midst of all that's going on, one of those baby mamas is going to want to be number one. So that's going to cause friction. That's going to give you a headache because you're going to have to stress out about arguing with each and every one of these women about who number one is, why you still sleeping with her. I thought I was the one. And, then you got that one baby mama that might think she got the golden child. So she feel like she should be number one over all the other ones because the specific child that you might have with her or whatever the situation might be. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many scenarios to it that's not good. And I think it's a big distraction for men to get ahead in life as far as like trying to build something for their children and trying to become something better for their children. It's enough as it is to deal with the fact that you got to go through struggles with your baby mama or sometimes the baby father too. You got to deal with things like the friction with like spending time with your kids or, getting yourself settled in the situation. Like, you might be dealing with your survival situation. Like you might be dealing with the fact that you are trying to get yourself together where you don't have that time to spend with your kids that you really would like to because of your situation. So you trying to get yourself together where you can put things in place to be able to maintain more time with your children and things like that. Sometimes the baby mama don't understand that. Sometimes the baby father don't understand that. So it's just, but I really came on here really honestly to say this. We got to be careful with that because it also confuses the children. The kids get confused in a situation as well. It's not good for them either because you got some kids that's traumatized from the fact that maybe from, let's just say from coming out the mama's womb till about 2-3 years old, maybe 4 or 5 years old. We'll say 5. The father and the mother, they break up, they go separate ways. This child don't understand that. The child is in a situation where they feel like, sometimes the children even feel like it's their fault. Sometimes they feel like it's their fault that the mother or the father might have left the situation or whatever the situation, the case may be. Shouts out to the single fathers out there because sometimes the mother might leave and leave the kids with the father. So you never know. But it's just confusing to the kids because they're already traumatized from the fact that when they look up to you as little children, they look up to the mom and the father. They look up as we their heroes. We their heroes. We number one in their life. It's nothing we can do wrong. And when they see that divide between their mother and their father, the first woman they've ever seen in their life and the first man that they ever seen in their life, they separate, that hurts the kids. That really does something to the children. And for us as parents, we have to think about everything from a standpoint to where we not being selfish. We got to think about it from a standpoint to where we're not just thinking about ourselves, because a lot of times a man can be so selfish to where, he thinking with his little head instead of his big head. You know what I'm saying? He thinking with his lower self instead of his higher self. And in the midst of that, you so caught up thinking about like getting in between the legs of this woman that you had children with because you feel like, oh, your hormones might be rushing. It's the middle of the night. Let me go over here and slide over to my baby mama house over here. Or let me slide over my baby mama house over here. Or let me slide over her house first, and then when I leave her house, I'll slide over this one. Like, you not thinking about, like, everybody in the midst of this, who's getting hurt, who feelings and emotions is being brought up, because you're not just going to be messing with the emotions and feelings of the mother of your children. You messing with the emotions and feelings of the children as well, because you confusing them. And some of them, they want the parents to come back together. They want their parents to be back together again because that's what they're used to. So when they see you popping up all the time and so every so often you popping up and you going to the house and you showing your face, and then next thing you know you disappear and slide off in the room with mama. Ooh, I don't know what mommy and daddy in there doing the nasty. But then at the same time they happy because they feel like mommy and daddy about to get back together. And then when they realize later on that that's not the case, that's not what it really is, it bring them back to that space where that trauma first began, where they was first hurt when they knew that the mom and the dad was separating. So we can't be selfish. We can't look at it in that type of perspective. Because when you playing with the mother, you playing with them children too. So these are the things that men who haven't really developed into that level of their life where they feel like they have to cut certain ties to certain things they used to do, certain ties to things that they know is they have to outgrow to go to the next level in their life as far as manhood. And I'm not taking nothing away from men who do this. You know, that's your business. That's what you want to do. That's your business, man. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is you got to get to a point in your life where when you level up, that level that you're going to has got to be something that's going to take you to the next level after that. You can't be in the same place you was in when you was in high, because when we was in high school and we were young men and we still was trying to figure things out, we was still on some, oh man, I got a female over here I'm kicking it with. I'm finna call this one in a minute. I'm gonna slide by this one house. Like, we was on that. I think everybody had their time where they played around a little bit and had their little fun. Everybody had that. You know what I'm saying? And some people still do. If you single and that's what you doing, that's how you wanna do your thing like that, hey man, you know, I'm all for it. Do what you do. That's your business. But keep it 100 with the people that you doing these things with. Hey, look, I got a female over here I'm dealing with. You're not my only friend. You know what I mean? We can kick it, but I'm just letting you know, like, I don't have no plans on being serious. Stop playing with these people's emotions and their feelings, because some of these women you lay up with, you're not wearing no condoms, you're getting them pregnant, you're putting babies in them, then you're causing more friction for yourself in the future. So people got to think about all that, man. Your plan should be to build. Find one woman, one queen, and build with that queen, man. Build your foundation with that queen and go to the next level in life. It's about, now it's time to start thinking about having things, thinking about building a foundation, so this foundation, when it's built, you can leave that legacy to your kids to live off of. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, like, we might not even be here when that legacy blow, but we got to set the foundation for it to start growing, though. You know what I'm saying? And we can't do that if we chasing 10 women over here, chasing 10 women over here, arguing with my baby mama over here, arguing with my baby mama over there. Like, that's really a waste of time. It's time to start building and focusing on what we can do to leave something behind for these kids that we had with these baby mamas. That's the level that a man's mind should be on right now. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't want to talk y'all ear off. I just want to make a couple of points and follow up on the part 2 to the baby mama situation, where I was talking about how a lot of men feel like they still have that they can walk through that door whenever they ready. And it's like it's taking the option from her from moving on with her life, and you also stunting your own growth because you're going backwards. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I think a lot of men need to think about, man. Don't go backwards, don't backpedal. Move forward, be mature, co-parent in a healthy way. Take care of your kids. Live your life the right way, man. Put God first. I'm Corey Wolf, life coach, relationship coach. Y'all check out the Tapp'd podcast, Tapp'd in, TAPP'_DIN podcast. Check it on YouTube. Y'all can go on the social media sites, the major sites, Apple, etc. And check us out, man. We're going to keep on dropping some jewels on y'all, man. But y'all have a blessed day and put God first. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.